Two of the NFL's elder statesmen square off in a classic playoff matchup here on Sticky Bleachers. I am Cory.
I'm Bob, here set to watch Big Ben and Peyton Manning go at it here in the divisional round of the playoffs here in Denver. And Scobie set to kick it off. Should be a good one.
Right you are, Bob. Both teams suffering some injuries here in the latter part of the season and early in the playoffs. Let's see how that affects things. Caldwell will take the opening kickoff for Denver, and a couple of nice moves has him past midfield. He's still on his feet, and he's going to be down at about the 43, and that's where Peyton Manning and company will take over, not Brock Osweiler, Bob.
Absolutely. Caldwell with some nice jukes and jives there, and Peyton from the shotgun to a wide-open Demaryius Thomas, who makes a Steeler miss, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown on the first offensive play of the game here for the Broncos.
He wasn't the only one open down the field there. Several Broncos shedding their defenders there on the way downfield. Peyton just going into his old favorite target, Demaryius Thomas, for the long touchdown on the opening play of the game.
For a Broncos fan, you have to like seeing Peyton throwing a touchdown on the first play, and McManus here set to kick it off.
Yes, I would say a lot of Denver fans are breathing a sigh of relief in their seats here in the stadium as Dry Archer gets the return for Pittsburgh. Dry Archer also going to be playing running back tonight in lieu of some of the injured players that the Steelers have in their backfield. Johnson gets the first carry for 4 yards.
Yep, and Big Ben suffering from some injuries of his own, a torn ligament in his shoulder, but doesn't seem to be affecting him there on that pass to Bryant, who takes it down to the 5-yard line.
Wow.
Nice tackle there by the Broncos secondary to catch up there. That looked like a surefire touchdown.
That's right. Right you were there, Bob, though. It looked like Roethlisberger had not lost any power or speed, and on the first play of their next first down, it is Dry Archer in from 5 yards out. The replacement running back here tonight looks like he's showing some poise early in the game. Had a good lead by his fullback.
Yes, he did, and the Steelers with a nice response there for a touchdown. And these two veteran teams, they've been to the playoffs, so they know how to play playoff football. So this should be a very exciting matchup.
Another short kick and another good return from Caldwell will have the Broncos starting off again in good field position, heralding maybe the beginning of a high-scoring game here, Bob.
Yeah, anything's possible here in Mile High. And Peyton under center with the pitch there, and a nice manageable 2nd down and 2 here for the Broncos.
And Manning goes back into the shotgun to Thomas, who's open over the middle of the field again, and it's complete for another first down and another long run. Can he make it in? He drops the ball. Fumble.
Drops the ball, and the ball on the ground. Steelers get the ball. Well, that was the same offensive play that the Broncos scored on in the first play of the game, and it does not go as well this time.
Yes, unfortunately, he does get the fumble. Ryan Shazier picks it up. Dry Archer with the first run on the next possession for the Steelers. They have to be happy that they've got the ball back rather than getting another kickoff after a touchdown. Let's see what Roethlisberger does here from the shotgun, and he's sacked.
Oh, but Von Miller with the huge sack there to take it to a very 3rd and long here, and Big Ben under center, going deep.
And it's complete to Antonio Brown.
Beautiful pass. No one there.
Oh, he is caught from
Antonio
behind
Bryant.
at about the 22. It looked like he was running out of gas there, sprinting down the field, Bob.
And all of a sudden, this excitement that was happening in the stands is now not there.
Yes, crowds deflated a little bit, especially after Ben Roethlisberger takes it himself for 10 yards and a first down. Now, Antonio Brown was day-to-day during the week here with concussion protocol. Johnson loses a couple of yards here on that carry, but looks like he is all speed ahead in this game. Johnson, again, with the carry on the pitchback. He's got some room in the middle there, but he was too wide for the hole, Bob.
Yeah, he couldn't get through that hole there, and the Broncos eat it up there and force a 3rd down. And Ben holds on to it. He's got some men open in the end zone there, and a touchdown for the Steelers.
Martavius Bryant, who had a nice catch and run earlier, came up short of the goal line before. Antonio Brown also with another nice catch and run. So the downfield deep threats for the Steelers have been their primary weapons so far, Bob.
Yeah, absolutely. And Roethlisberger doesn't look hurt at all out there, throwing some nice passes.
That's right. Nor does Antonio Brown.
No. Well, if you ask Pac-Man Jones, he was faking the concussion, so.
Yes, I understand Pac-Man Jones would have liked to have him awarded a Grammy Award for his acting performance right there, proving once again that Pac-Man Jones, one of the smartest men in football.
I believe it was an Oscar and a Grammy.
Oh, Pac-Man Jones may himself get a Grammy Award. His upcoming spoken word album, Why I'm the Best, is set to hit record stores this fall.
I hear it's dope.
Meanwhile, we've got a playoff football game going here at second down and 14.
Anyway.
Manning is under center. Let's see if they can pick this one up. He's got plenty of time. He's got a couple of men open. Is he going to get it out of the backfield? He does. It's deep to Thomas, who makes a leaping grab. No one around. No one's going to catch him. He's in for the touchdown.
Wow. What a beautiful throw there by Peyton. Looks like that time off definitely was beneficial for him. And Thomas with his second touchdown of the game. And the Broncos answer right back.
And he is showing Brock Osweiler, who is on clipboard duty here today, how you play a playoff football game, giving him valuable sideline experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's one of those things you can't replicate playoff experience. It's very, very pressure-packed and difficult.
That's right. And the way this game is going, I think it's unlikely that Osweiler is going to see any garbage time, as the Steelers' offense has proven more than capable so far in punching back against this Broncos defense.
Yeah, I think Broncos fans would like there to be garbage time in their favor, but Trevathan with the sack there, and the Steelers have a third down and long here. Again, watch out for Antonio Brown. They were in the same situation last time.
That's right. He's got him open. He's going that
right
way.
Back to him.
It's complete for a first down and more. He's on his feet. He's inside the 20, the 15, the 10. He's to the 5. Are they going to get him? No.
This time he will not be caught, and Antonio Brown with a huge touchdown. Same 3rd and 18 play.
So a couple of catches, a bundle of yards, and a touchdown for Antonio Brown, who many weren't sure were going to play. I'm sure one Mr. Pac-Man Jones is on his couch somewhere back there in the Natty, throwing popcorn and his remote at his 14-inch CRT television. As it is, kickoff here by Josh Scobie to Caldwell, and the Broncos have it back.
Yes, let's see what the Broncos can do here. I mean, we kind of figured it was going to be a shootout a little bit here, but
not much there on the direct snap to Anderson, second down and 13.
Nope, getting a little tricky as Gary Kubiak in the Broncos offense. Anderson with another short run, and the Broncos are set to take their second timeout with 1:31 left in this half.
Yeah, it's trying to get maybe a field goal here out of this possession, but first they've got to get this first down on the 3rd and long. Manning back, he's got plenty of time to throw.
Ooh.
He's got Anderson on the screen underneath. Is he going to be able to run for it? Yes, he will have the first down at the 40. Looked like he had Thomas and maybe Emmanuel Sanders open down the field there, Bob.
Yeah, I don't know if he didn't feel comfortable making the throw at all, but he checked down to Anderson and a first down nonetheless. So a deep throw there to Sanders. A deep throw to the ex-Steeler, Emmanuel Sanders, and it's overthrown there for second down and 10.
Yeah, so he was going for it all on that one. He's had look at that, open right at the first down line is Thomas, and he will make the catch and bring it in.
And for the last touchdown, do you think they take a shot at the end zone?
I think they probably should, but it looks like they're not going to. It looks like they're going to settle for the about a 45-yarder here, and it is good.
Yeah, it's good. Bit of a questionable play call there by the Broncos. They had enough time to maybe take a shot down there in the end zone.
Yeah, I would say 19 seconds, you've got time to run a quick play and get a chance back, especially with Manning there who's able to put that one up, although, of course, you don't want to take an interception in the end zone.
This is true. This is true. Points are very valuable. And it looks like the Steelers are going to run the clock out there and take us into halftime. Up 21-17 over Denver in Denver. So very impressive start there for the Steelers. And for a Broncos fan, you got to be happy Peyton's playing well. They had a couple costly turnovers there, and but still very much a game.
Yes, the name of the game so far has been. Wow, after this, that first half was just a frantic scoring fest. Look at the crooked numbers put up by the quarterbacks and receiving core for both teams. Neither one really able to find a whole lot going on the ground, but the story really has been the long passes. We've got Demaryius Thomas and Antonio Brown there leading the teams with over 100 yards already here in the first half. Both quarterbacks working with efficiency. We do have the turnover that maybe is the difference so far in this game. I'm very excited to go on to the second half, as we do.
Absolutely.
It is my duty to remind you, and my privilege to remind you, that this is played on Tecmo Super Bowl 2016 by the good people at TecmoBowl.org. Do go visit them at TecmoBowl.org and check out all the good things they are doing with Tecmo Bowl here in 2016. Leading off the second half is Dry Archer and the Steelers, who sheds a couple of tacklers. He's going to set them up with nice position at... Are they finally going to bring him down at about the 42?
Yep, about the 42. Both teams keeping the ball in the air there in the first half. Let's see if they continue that trend here in the second. But the pitch off to Johnson, and minimal gain there for second down and 6.
And without the weapons of D'Angelo Williams and Le'Veon Bell, Steelers are a little bit short-handed back there, so they may be relying on the sure hands of Brown and Bryant. Fortunate that Brown is playing so that they have some offensive weapons to get that ball to.
Absolutely, but Roethlisberger with a pitch to Johnson, and he gets the first down. Nice little misdirection play there. Caught the Broncos off guard.
Yes, let's see if they have their first few plays scripted here. If they get him something. Heath Miller, the longtime Steeler tight end, unable to pull that one down.
Going all Superman, and doesn't come up with the ball.
Don't often see the big tight ends going Superman like that.
No,
you'd like to see
don't.
Roethlisberger a little bit more on target with that one. This one is complete to Miller, and he will get the first down. Right between the numbers, that's where a big tight end wants to get that ball, Bob.
Absolutely. I think that's what they were trying to do on that first play, but they went right back to that same well there. And Roethlisberger takes off and runs for a nice gain there on first down.
Not sure if that was a designed run or if he just didn't see anything he liked downfield. As it was a nice gain, and it's second and short. Roethlisberger, plenty of time. He's down to Martavius Bryant again. Ooh.
That was some nice coverage there, knocking the ball away. It's the Steelers secondary, or the Broncos secondary, excuse me. But yeah, back to Big Ben taking off. He's always been a great improviser, and it's been a huge part of his game throughout his entire career. So
yes, Johnson
no surprise there to see him do
just
that.
enough for that first down here, and they are in the red zone here from the 18. First down and 10. Roethlisberger's back to pass. This one is to Johnson, who just didn't turn around and look for that ball, Bob.
Yeah, a bit of an interesting decision there by Big Ben. They had 3 wide receivers open there down the field, but Trevathan with the second sack of the game could knock them out of field goal range.
Yes, third down and 18. Let's see what they go for here. Maybe try to pick up just some of that. Roethlisberger, though, on the play action. He's back to pass. They're going to go for a bigger chunk, and it's incomplete to Johnson. Fourth down and very long. They're going to settle for a long field goal, Bob.
Yep, a long field goal. Up here in the thin air, though, a little easier than when you're not in this altitude. The kick is up. Oh, and Blair Walsh just to the left.
Just to the left.
And,
looked to be about a 43-yard attempt here in the thin air of Denver, as you said. And just like that, Broncos will take over. Manning and company back in possession of the ball.
Trying to get that run game started, but I think this is a passing game for both teams. So they have to win or die in the air. Nice coverage there by the Steelers.
Yep, incomplete. Third down and 14. Peyton Manning has been here before, though, in the playoffs and needing to make plays. Let's see if he can do it one more time for these Denver Broncos. Demaryius Thomas does pull it down. He's well covered, pulls it down, but it is short of a first.
Another interesting play call. Looks like he had a man open down the field to the left of him, but they'll settle for the punt.
Kolka with a very short kick.
Yeah, it's a very short kick. Not what they were looking for. And the Steelers will get nice field position at the 50-yard line.
Yep, that was fielded by Antonio Brown, who is the up man on the kick coverage team. Wasn't probably ready for a kick that short. This one is complete to Martavius Bryant at the 20.
Wasting no time.
He's inside the 5.
And just a shoestring tackle there to take us out of the third quarter and into the fourth. And Steelers at the 1-yard line here. Let's see if they can punch it in.
See if they can extend that lead. Johnson, the fullback, they're just going to give it to the big man who dances into the end zone to give the Steelers that big lead. Will Johnson.
He did. And
nice jump. No flag on the celebration that I can see. And Scobie with the extra point, and it is good. And so just like that, it's 28-17. Denver needing to put a couple of scores up here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, got to bust out all the plays, all the stops here on all the plays now. Peyton needs to throw the ball down the field, and they need to score quickly. Time is not their friend right now.
That's right. They're going to be going for a couple of touchdowns. A touchdown and a field goal is not going to do it for the Broncos here. So they're going to the ground here. Still got to have your whole offense, but very soon they're going to come to a point in the game when they have to just go to the air, Bob.
Absolutely. So we'll see. Oh, but a wide open Emmanuel Sanders gets it at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. And he scores a touchdown, exactly what the doctor ordered for the Broncos, and a touchdown to Emmanuel Sanders. Do you think they go for 2 here, Cory, to make it a 3-point game?
I don't think they will. I think they are going to kick the 1, and I think it's going to be a very silly idea. Here it is. The kick is up. And it is bafflingly good to give them the 4-point deficit. There we go. McManus kicks it off anyway. Dry Archer will take it. Neither team has been very good on the kicking department tonight here, Bob. Kickoffs and punts have been very short and returned. Very long.
Yeah, bit of an odd thing to see here in Denver, where usually the ball travels very well.
Yes, but as it is.
Oh, but it's the first down there.
Steelers pick up that first down with Will Johnson.
Big first down there by the Steelers. And Roethlisberger back to pass. Got all day to throw, and he's got Antonio Brown wide open in the end zone. Wow. And you can see it on the look of the faces of the Denver defensive players. It's just shock and awe.
Not to mention the scantily clad fans here in the cold air of Denver. Not turtling it, not going into their shells and trying to run out this clock. The Steelers keep the playbook open, and they go for Antonio Brown, who might be a little bit fragile this week, down the field for another touchdown.
Well, it seems like that play has been there all day long for the Steelers. Really nobody on Brown. And
yes.
I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think someone should cover Antonio Brown.
The classic line. Bob from Sticky Bleachers, 2016. Road teams have been doing very well in the playoffs so far, and it looks like it may be the road team coming out with another victory here in this game, as Shazier, who got the fumble recovery earlier, gets the sack here to push them to 3rd and 18.
Here we go with the very, very critical 3rd and 18. This could be the game here, Corey. Manning with all day to throw in his own end zone.
Is he going to get Sanders for another big reception?
Oh! Off the hands. Off the hands. And do they go for it on 4th down? Yes, they do.
They're going to have to. It's going to be Manning.
Under center?
Under center, strangely, Bob, as you said there. Not sure why he didn't start from the shotgun.
Yeah, you got to give him all day to throw back there. And at this point, a safety's not really going to hurt you. And the Steelers just have to run the clock out here.
Yes, they go to Will Johnson up the middle. He's got some space. He's going to be...
Will Johnson...
Ooh.
Making some moves there, and he gets the first down.
So it's going to be 1st and goal. Let's see if they go to try to run this clock out. Denver starting to call their timeouts, or if they're just going to try and run this score up again with the big fullback Johnson.
Yeah, I think they can do a little bit of both, actually. I mean, with the way they've been running the ball here in the second half, it's...
Yes.
It's pretty easy to score points on this Broncos defense. I came into the playoffs ranked number 1 in the NFL.
Right, so. You are. Dry Archer had the attempt on first down, was stopped short. This one is a pass to Dry Archer, who does not make the catch. So it's 3rd down from, let's call it a long 1-yard line. This is to the fullback Johnson, who is able to punch it in, Bob.
Yep, Will Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game there, and well, it looks like the Steelers are going to be going off to face the New England Patriots here in the AFC Championship game.
And I would say well-deserved after the performance they've put up here, coming in a little bit battered, a little bit bruised to the team who is coming off of a week of rest. They really just enforced their will here tonight.
Yeah, one of the more impressive performances we've seen out of a team here in the playoffs this season. And if I'm a New England fan, I have to be a little worried about this Pittsburgh Steelers team.
Yes, Manning back to pass. They're not going with the Osweiler in garbage time here. This one is to Sanders, but it's going to be picked off by Mitchell. And that's going to do it. That's how time will expire in this game. They were not able to make the style points touchdown. And the Steelers take the game 42-24 in a palindrome score, Bob.
Right, absolutely. Manning with a nice game, just not enough to overcome what Roethlisberger and that Steelers offense was able to do. Just really impressive on both sides of the ball. And I don't know, you just can't say enough about how well the Steelers just played that game. Corey,
how about Antonio Brown coming back from what Mr. Pac-Man Jones described as a fake head injury, going through the concussion protocol, being day-to-day, being doubtful coming into this game, just explodes onto the scene. Does that lend any credence, and will that spark some off-season conversation among Mr. Jones, Bob?
Well, yeah, absolutely. If you're Pac-Man Jones, this only furthers your point.
It was a fake injury.
But 3 completions for 165 yards and I believe 1 touchdown. Antonio Bryant proving that he's the best receiver in the NFL. And the Steelers, very dangerous team going into Foxborough next week. And we'll see how that plays out.
Yes, it's going to be a very exciting AFC Championship game. And we will have that here as we will have the rest of your playoffs here on Sticky Bleachers. That's going to do it for us for now. From Denver, I am Cory signing off.
I'm Bob. We'll see you next time.